Ladies, y'all can call me Love, okay? The fellas, y'all may prefer Brother Love.
Ja Rule is spiraling right now, and it's way deeper than 50 Cent checking Diddy in that new Netflix doc. He's heated because 50 allegedly dropped something even wilder. A secret freak-off clip that supposedly ties Ja Rule to Diddy has the streets buzzing, and the second that doc hit Netflix, Ja Rule exploded online like he was trying to outrun the spotlight on him.
A compulsive liar.
He started tossing out every insult he could think of, calling 50 a snitch, a rat, an abuser. Anything loud enough to distract people from the real storm closing in on him. Insiders are saying 50 didn't just put Diddy on blast. He dragged Ja with him, and now Ja Rule is stuck in the middle of a scandal that could flip his whole career upside down. People close to the situation are calling him a straight-up compulsive liar, claiming he's scrambling because this time the mess is too big to spin with jokes or old-school beef.
Video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution.
I feel like I need to wash. Like I'm dirt. That was. It should show you.
This whole thing kicked off the moment 50 unleashed his Netflix docuseries, Sean Combs: The Record, and he didn't hold back for a second. He got exclusive footage, interviews from Diddy's own circle, and receipts nobody ever thought would see daylight. Fans were applauding 50 for stepping up and exposing the truth, but Ja Rule wasn't celebrating. He was furious, and he made sure everyone online knew exactly how he felt. He hopped on social media firing shots, calling 50 a snitch and posting, "In man, always telling on somebody, old dry snitch ass and man." Then he doubled down and wrote, "You rat always have been, always will be, a rat used car salesman suit, wearing field goal nose, having Herman Munster head N-word."
The family that likes to protect that weird uncle instead of protecting the people who he's harming. Ja Rule took to the internet to say this about 50 Cent, calling him a snitch. I just think it's weird that you feel like this is snitching. It's like y'all do know that if he didn't do these horrible things, that there would be nothing to talk about. And this is what I'm saying. It very much is given that a lot of y'all was at the Diddy parties doing what the Diddy Diddler was doing, and now y'all are upset because it's all coming out.
He wasn't done either. In another post, he tried to question 50's reason for making the documentary, writing, "Let's be real that N-Man gaff about the victims. We all know why he did the Doc Herman's a cancer to the culture." If Ja Rule really believes 50 doesn't care, then he should have just told him to drop every dollar from the doc into charities that help people dealing with violence. But instead of making a solid point, he kept spiraling. For his next move, he tried to drag up 50's old legal drama, posting Usher Herman's no different allegedly, alongside a news report about a 2013 situation involving 50 and Daphne Joy.
Well, he picked up some things from up here on my left side, and then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said butt plugs, and I was like, hey yo.
He wasn't just throwing shade. He was trying to flip the whole narrative by accusing the public of picking sides, posting, "It's cool when he do it. It's a problem when I do it, Fabe. Herman an abuser too, allegedly." The man was typing like he was running out of time. But here's the twist. Ja Rule isn't the only one acting stressed about this docuseries. Diddy himself wasn't exactly smiling about having his personal footage out there for the whole world to stream either. His team put out a polished statement trying to tear the documentary down, saying Netflix was plainly desperate to sensationalize every minute of Mr. Combs' life without regard for truth, and claiming the platform only cared about cashing in on the media chaos. They even said Netflix was ripping private footage out of context, including clips that were supposed to stay between Diddy and his lawyers.
And him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude.
Word on the inside is Diddy even tried to get the entire project pulled from Netflix right before it dropped, which honestly makes perfect sense considering the amount of heat it brought his way. But Ja Rule, his reaction has fans looking confused because he's acting like he got hit harder than anybody else. Ja Rule keeps telling fans he's not defending Diddy at all. He claims he's just calling out what he sees as 50's hypocrisy. But nobody's falling for that, and people online are saying he's dodging the real reason he's so fired up, and here's where it gets wild. Sources close to him are saying Ja isn't mad about the documentary itself. He's panicking because there's talk in the industry about a freak-off clip floating around with him and Diddy in it.
Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well. You know, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened?
The rumor is that Ja was one of Diddy's close companions during those wild nights, And 50 supposedly got his hands on something that could blow things open even more. That's why Ja is snapping at everybody. He's stressing over what 50 might drop next. And honestly, the allegation isn't even shocking to people who've been around the music scene for years.
What's your take on what's happening with them?
You know, it's another black man in this industry going through some unfortunate, circumstances. And so, I wish him luck as well with everything.
Diddy's former right-hand man, Gene Deal, already talked about some of the stuff he witnessed back in the day, and his story lines up with everything that's being whispered now. Gene said he once watched Diddy hit a store and grab some plugs, then head straight to a hotel room where he was staying with a man and a woman on the same night. Gene said he stepped out and left them to handle their business, not thinking twice about it. But then things got messy when a guy pulled up claiming he was the rapper's cousin and tried to force his way into the room. Gene had to check him immediately, and in the middle of the chaos, the door opened. And who walked out? Ja Rule, with Diddy stepping out right behind him in a towel. People keep asking how anyone knows Gene is being real and not just chasing clout, but the situation gets messy once Ja Rule's wife steps into the story.
I'm seeing a lot of people say that 50 Cent is Diddy in a different font. And listen, I'm not here to say that 50 Cent is the best person in the world. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that if 50 Cent were really that bad, someone would go ahead and produce a documentary like the one he produced about Diddy.
A few years back, Aisha Atkins publicly spoke on their marriage, and what she shared had everyone stunned. In an old MTV interview, she said they spent over a decade building a life together, but in just a couple of years, he switched up, saying he'd rather suck a bleep than be with his wife. That was her exact wording, and it hit hard. Aisha had every reason to feel betrayed. Ja Rule was sentenced to 2 years over a gun charge and got released in 2013, and instead of coming home and rebuilding with her, she claimed he got involved with someone he served time with. According to Aisha, he came home just long enough to grab his things and dip. And she made it clear she wasn't going to pretend the situation didn't hurt. That's the kind of breakup that sticks with somebody, and it's definitely not the type of story people forget. But here's how fans are connecting this to Ja's current meltdown. They're saying if he really walked out of a long-term marriage and jumped straight into something with a cellmate, then maybe the rumors about him being caught up in Diddy's private circle don't sound so far-fetched either. The internet is ruthless, and folks are already whispering that Ja's sudden sympathy toward Diddy during all of Diddy's legal issues might not just be industry empathy. They're saying it might be personal. At this point, with Ja Rule firing shots at 50 for exposing Diddy and showing way too much sympathy for the music mogul, fans are convinced something deeper was going on between those two behind the scenes. People online are not holding back at all. One person commented, "He'd have took you shopping." Another wrote, "Ja Rule, we get that you don't like 50 Cent, but you still haven't explained why you and Diddy were in the same room in your towels with baby oil plugs, and Lord knows what else." The streets are loud right now. When it comes to whether 50 has the right to call out both Diddy and Ja, fans aren't even arguing about that anymore. They're saying the real issue is Ja Rule dodging the questions he doesn't want anyone asking. Folks think he can call 50 every insult he can come up with, but the internet already made up his mind. People can see he's stressed, and they believe it's because he's scared this documentary is only phase 1, and 50 might be holding something even heavier. The chatter online is that if 50 really does have that freak-off clip everyone's whispering about, then Ja isn't just defending Diddy. He's trying to protect himself before the next bomb drops. And now fans are clowning him, asking whether he's ready to share a cell with Diddy if things go left for both of them. The tension is crazy right now. If you're rocking with this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this video. It helps me a lot.